Alright, it's time. There are a few teams that are still meta, and they remained meta on my tier list for a reason. Sins is one of them, okay? And this build is a little different because you're actually using attack crit on Bon. Bon is the best DPS in the current meta for this over Lost Vein, and I'm gonna show you why. No tier, but you know, classic unknown team right here. And we're gonna go for this. So we're attack with Lost Vein first because of dodge. This guy does not have dodge. I know because it's a bot, but we're still doing it so we don't, you know, mess up the combo here. But ideally, you would not be hitting that because you actually don't want to. You don't want to corrode the Lost Vein, but it's whatever. The end taunt will make good protection. Because, I mean, he doesn't have any good AoEs here. So, Roxy Link, if your Roxy is not looking so shabby, then you put like you can put a red Sour Link on him instead. But Roxy is a good link, I'll tell you. And now the damage reduction is off. I mean, she has damage reduction, right? She has a, what, 40% damage reduction here? It's 8 per buff, right? Up to 5 times? I believe so. But check this out. I'm just gonna do this through ult rush. I mean, I didn't even have to do this, to be honest. I could have just ult rushed the Lost Vein. But look at that. Now that's that's only gonna happen if you get level if you get level 2, alright? Don't try that for level 1. You're gonna die. But with a level 2, that is possible. Which is why we don't do a first turn, right? Which is why we don't do a first turn. And which is why you also don't want your Lost Vein to corrode, because in that situation, if it so happened that you had to ult rush of Lost Vein instead, you wouldn't want him to have like half his HP because you attacked a full AoE attack into a hell, right? But in any case, Lost Vein ult rushing is still going to be a great tool, because in majority of the cases when you face the unknown team right now, they don't have that great of methods to counteract a ult rush with a taunt. This is why ult rushing with Albedo is so strong, because you're facing other unknown teams. It gets very hard. Let's say you ult rush with Hell or ult rush with Tyr in that, you know, that team, right? If you do one of those, then the enemy that is using an unknown team and you didn't attack any times into them, for example, right? I mean, if you didn't attack any time, then, you know, the passive for Albedo is going to kick in, so you don't want to do that. But, you know, if you mainly did single targets, you're going to be okay. So, although Albedo is a very dominant character that made the oh, no. Okay, this is not a good thing from us, for us here. Not ideal. But let's do this. Do we want to do this? Whatever, why not? I forgot what I was going to say. Oh yeah, although Albedo is in fact... Oh, I haven't used Bond of Roxy yet. He can put out numbers, Jesus. You know, attack crit with Roxy. Put out some big numbers. I think that she's not as dominant as maybe otherwise thought. So, you know, definitely there's an element where if you're not using her opposed to you are using her, you have a higher chance of, you know, having a good win ratio if you are using her in the proper unknown team, for sure. But in any case, it's not like you're losing every match if you're using a different team. So that's to me what's representative of a good meta, right? Yes, there will always be a better team. There will always be the best team in the game. There's no situation where that's not going to be the case. But in a perfect world, that best team in the game isn't so dominant that you're just like, okay, you might as well not even run anything else. That's what happened when Purgatory Bond first came out and got his relic. Afterward, right? When Terry first came out, when Reinhardt first came out, a lot of characters have had that effect in the game And I don't think that these new characters do, which is nice. You know, I think a lot of people get disappointed when that happens. But I don't. I definitely don't. I hate when that happens because it's terrible for content. Horrible. Horrible for me making videos. So it is a little bit of a personal bias, but I don't care. Everyone is biased towards something. I'm biased towards that. You can pretend in your head canon that you have no biases, you're a perfect human, but that is simply not true. That is simply not true. So, you will have a bias towards something. The difference is that when I say the truth that I am biased, I hope that you guys don't just think I'm wrong. I'm always going to be biased. And I think what I'm biased towards is correct, or else I wouldn't have a functioning brain, would I? Always going to be biased towards what I believe is the best for the game. Does that mean that what I think is the best for the game is always correct? No, obviously not. I'm not a demigod of knowledge. But everyone is gonna think that their way is the correct way, right? If we didn't, then I don't know. You really think you have no ego, but you do. You do. It's just that there's no one keeping you in check, right? When I show my ego, I have hundreds of people. I mean, I would say thousands because I have thousands watching, but not everyone's just like, you know, commenting or whatever. I have hundreds of people keeping me in check, right? If you don't have anyone keeping you in check, then you don't even know. You know what? I'm just gonna do this. You don't even know. Oh, that was close. Okay. Maybe... I'm not really looking at it. It might be only safe to do that level 2 single target when she doesn't have as many buffs. Not for me. My Bun is very strong. He has 15% attacks. He has obviously full maxed out weapons. But for a less seasoned player per se, right? I would say you probably would benefit from being a little more cautious there. Also depends on how much you hit her. Maybe if you do like another hit first. But it does get pretty close. It is impressive how many hells. Lots of people summon for this festival, huh? I actually... Let's do same as before. Oh, oh, bro, I clicked! What? Alright. Slowly. I actually would like to know what is the percentage of players that summons for like every banner that comes out. Like they just cannot hold themselves, opposed to players that only summon for festival banners. Because, you know, people, I think majority of people at this point know that if you want to be successful as a free-to-play player, the only way to do it, kill please, kill, oh my god, is to be smart with your gems, right? Not only festival banners, I think collab banners can usually be very beneficial as well. You look at a banner like the current banner that has like a fantastic unit, like maybe I wouldn't go that far, but okay, what I was gonna say is maybe I would consider that for example, a character like Albedo being festival level, I would consider that should be a pseudo festival banner because, you know, it's such a strong character. Yeah, I think just being reasonable, like not summoning for all. Okay, that was not smart, I guess. Not summoning for awful oh, the debuff went in. That's... I didn't know that. If you kill with the debuff card, when she revives, then she has the debuff when she gets revived. I don't think that's how it works with Goddess Liz, by the way. I don't think that's how it works with Goddess Liz. I think Goddesses are... someone can correct me if they have played with Goddesses recently, because memory can be warped depending on how long it's been. It's been a long time. Does that happen when someone gets revived by Goddess Liz? I don't think so. I think when they get revived by Goddess Liz, if what killed them is a debuff card, they don't get debuffed when they get resurrected. At least I don't remember that being the case. I forgot what I was talking about. A Sin team, huh? I forgot what I was talking about before I went on the revive tangent. Oh, the banners, right? I mean, if you're like not summoning for awful banners like the Merlin Halloween banner, which is like, yeah, she's a good unit, but she's not good enough in comparison to what is already in the game to warrant you going, you know, 600 gems deep. I think, you know, that's the way to go, right? Oh my god, my hands hurt. I just came back from the gym. Just dumbbells just destroy my hand still. It's been so many months and it still destroys my hand. Because like in a case like Merlin, for example, right? She is a good unit, for sure. The newest Halloween Merlin. But look how fast she's been replaced. No one's using her anymore. Now, you can make the case that it's because how many people summon for her in general, but you know why? Because she's an easily replaceable character. There was already a character in the game that was similar enough to her that why would you use her? That being, of course, Freyr, right? So, as long as you're not summoning for banners like that, you're fine. You don't have to be super strict. But I think a lot of people, they just can't help themselves. I don't blame them. When I play other gacha games, sometimes I do that, but that's because I have gambler brain. Am I done with my... Yeah. You know what? That's it. That's enough for my my talk for the day. So, till next video.